How many gods were unalived on the cross? Yeah, this is the newest low IQ filth from the demonic cesspool of Islamic Reddit. A desolate, backwards, and intellectually stunted netherworld, which, to absolutely no one's surprise, seems to be frequented by anti-Trinitarians in general, not just Muslims. Many different worldviews, all of which profess the same Lord, who attracts the same flies. But regardless, the goal of this trash argument, if you can even call it that, is to get the Christian on the horns of one of several dilemmas, as you can see here. It's essentially a gotcha question, sort of like asking, did you stop punching your significant other in the face today? It's purposely inflammatory so as to entail problematic and scandalous implications with any possible answer. Some questions cannot be answered with a yes or a no because they're embedded with malicious intent and rest on faulty assumptions, which is precisely the case with this one. It presupposes that the persons of the Trinity are three separate gods, that the divine essence is divisible, and that unalivement refers to the cessation of existence, all of which are completely false. Now let's debunk this nonsense once and for all. Firstly, when scripture says that God purchased the church with his own blood, it doesn't mean that one God out of three was unalived. It means that one divine person who was fully and truly divine experienced unalivement through his flesh, as St. Peter says. He experienced the severing of his human soul from his human body, two constituent properties of his humanity, which is not identical to his divinity. And the Son is not a second God, because the divine nature by which he bears the appellation God is identical, inseparable, and therefore indivisible from that of the other two persons. Which brings me to my next point. There's no divine or semi-divine being who exists divided from the Father and the Spirit, known as the Son. This thing does not exist. Such a being was not unalived on any cross at any point in history. Now, while it's true that the fullness of the divine nature dwells within the person of the Son, it's not true that the fullness of the divine threefold modal existence is reducible to just the Son. The Son is neither the Father nor the Spirit. The persons themselves are three modes of existence, or three underlying realities that co-inhere in the single indivisible essence. For example, think of time itself as an abstract universal. It's one reality with an underlying threefold character: future, present, and past. The future itself has no ontological reality. It's the notion of existence in potentiality. The present is when that potential obtains and takes on being of its own, and the past is the dematerialization of that existence into nothingness, one reality with an underlying threefold character, similar to the Holy Trinity. Now, the key to answering this ridiculous question lies in a very important aspect of Trinitarian theology known as tropos, or mode, also known as eternal manifestation. The idea here is that all operations and attributes in the Trinity are one because the three persons are fully present in everything they do, since they're inseparable. But each person has his own unique expression of every action, all of which are of a singular threefold character. Take wisdom, for example. The Father's unique take on the attribute of wisdom is that he's its source and foundation. The Son's unique take on the Father's wisdom is that he emerges from the Father in a manner analogous to wisdom being born from a mind. And this is why the Son is called the wisdom and word of the Father. And the Spirit's unique take on the Father's wisdom is that he's the Spirit of wisdom who expresses its finality or terminus within the intertrinitarian life through his emergence from the Father and his rest in the Son. It's not three separate wisdoms, but rather one threefold wisdom. So instead of asking how many gods were unalived on the cross, which is an invalid question with erroneous assumptions, the more accurate question would be how many divine activities were accomplished on the cross. The answer being one threefold act of salvation wherein the Son offered his life to the Father in the Spirit. All three persons were fully present at the cross, but only one of them was on the cross, since the Son is a unique mode of existence, in distinction from the other two, thereby allowing him to enter into a new mode of existence, humanity, and unite it to his unique identity. The Father and Spirit were still fully present with Christ, working in and through his physical body, even while he was on earth. So in this operational sense, the Trinity is the one God, because all things are from the Father, through the Son, and in the Spirit. So in conclusion, learn what we believe.